what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Twins Take Podcast. We're your hosts, Luke and Jackson Hershey. Twins from Charlotte, North Carolina. Same face, two opinions. And man, we got an awesome episode today, one that we're hyped about. Working with the Tennessee Titans, we got an amazing guest, one of the best all-time punters in the NFL. I personally think NFL history. Played for the Los Angeles Rams, St. Louis Rams also, Carolina Panthers, and now the Tennessee Titans. We got none other than Johnny Hekker coming on, and we're going to talk to him about his life and his story. But before we hop in, let's talk about this week because it's been a little crazy with sports. College basketball is starting to come around, but what I'm excited about is college football. We got the opportunity this week to get to start our college tour, and we started with Auburn University. We have an episode I'm really excited to drop with you guys. But what we're kind of able to see is, man, teams are starting to come around the corner, and I want to really ask Jackson, I want to ask you, who's kind of your team you're looking at going into the season that might not be getting talked about all that much, but they're going to have an amazing season?
I think Florida is a really under-the-radar team. First of all, they got DJ Lagway leading the reins, finally taking over. No undisputed evidence of who is going to be the quarterback. It's Lagway. Everyone knows that. And they got some receivers. Dallas Wilson is going to be the Ryan Williams and Jeremiah Smith of this year. He's an absolute baller. So Florida is a real team to look out for. There's a couple other SEC teams. Auburn could potentially be good. It's going to be dependent on how good Jackson Arnold is. But there's going to be some really good SEC teams that haven't had as great seasons the last couple of years. And maybe there'll be another Big Ten team like Indiana. We'll see. But it's going to be a good year.
Yeah, and I know this is not like everyone kind of knows this, but I'm really big on Penn State this year, and they had an amazing season last year. I think the thing that sticks them out from any other team is they brought just about everyone back. They have some defensive pieces that left. But even the defensive pieces that left, Ohio State won the national championship last year. They had an amazing defense, and they took Ohio State's defensive coordinator and brought them over to Penn State. So I think I like Penn State a lot for this season. But we're going to see. And college football is right around the corner. I'm just ready to be turning on Saturday morning college game day, and we're hyped for this. But without further ado, we got the opportunity this week to sit down with Johnny Hekker, punter for the Tennessee Titans, and just get to talk to him about his faith and his journey to becoming one of the best punters in the NFL. So without further ado, Johnny Hekker, let's go. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Twins Take Podcast, and we got an absolute legend hopping on with us today. Punter for the Tennessee Titans, has had an amazing career, up to 4 Pro Bowls. We got none other than Johnny Hekker.
Let's go!
All right. You got me excited over here. I was hoping that another legend would be joining us, but I guess that's me. So thank you for the warm welcome.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome. First of all, bro, your career's insane. But now you're in Nashville, going into an amazing season. What's off-season ball been like now that training camp's starting back up?
It's been great. Yeah. So this is a new team for me and my family. We were just finished 3 years in Charlotte, and I was with the Rams for 10 seasons before then. So I'm excited to be in Nashville. It's been an awesome place. Been very welcoming so far, and my family's been loving it, which is the most important part of the puzzle. And then the football stuff kind of takes care of itself. So I'm excited that camp is rolling.
Yeah.
And we're off and going right now. So there's a lot of new friends to make, a lot of new names to learn, but it's been great. It's a ton of fun, and man, my job is the best job in the world. So I'm just blessed to be out here doing it.
Yeah, man, it looks incredible, and we're definitely excited to watch you this upcoming season. We kind of wanted to start from the beginning. When did you really get into punting?
So, yeah, I played soccer growing up until 5th grade. It was at the same season as football season, so I ended up started playing football in 6th grade, and then I always kind of was a kicker, punter for the team just because I was a soccer guy and could do it. And then in high school, my high school coach kind of challenged me to be our team's punter and kicker, and so I played quarterback as well, so I always really enjoyed that aspect of the game. I was a quarterback, and I thought, I'll kick and punt as well. Yeah. And then ended up getting recruited to a couple smaller schools to play quarterback, but I really wanted to play in the Pac-10 at the time, which is now not even a conference, sadly, but the Pac-12. We will come back. We will come back. But, had an opportunity to kind of achieve those dreams and play at Oregon State. Got a call from their special teams coordinator saying, hey, I've been watching your film and said, oh, cool. Like, you must be recruiting the area and you've seen me play quarterback. It's like, no, we want you to come down here and punt. And
Wow.
so I put all the eggs in that basket and knew that if I was going to earn a scholarship out of state, it would be through punting. So just went for it, man. Went and started working with coaches and really digging deep into it. So the summer from the end of my senior year into my freshman year of college is when I really started punting heavy and exclusively.
Yeah, man, I think that's an incredible story. It's so funny how athletes like tend to go in one direction and sometimes the other directions where it hits home. So that's really cool. So you went to Oregon State. What was it like playing at Oregon State? And eventually, was the goal? Because you said you played quarterback. Was the goal to make the NFL, or were you just trying to enjoy college and that kind of like snuck up on you?
Yeah, once I saw the other guys I was punting against, the goal was just to survive and make the team. So it was a deal where I got to Oregon State, was in a competition with two other guys. One guy was another freshman walk on with me, and then there was a junior college transfer. The spot was wide open, so it was a great competition. And man, the goal was just to be on the team 1 year at a time, earn my spot. I've never been a guy that likes to look ahead and try and dream too far away from what's within my daily control. So the NFL became a reality much later. I'd say probably going maybe after my junior year, my head coach pulled me in and said, "Hey, we've had some scouts come down here and ask about you.
That's cool.
You're a big guy, had some talent, some production here. They think you could develop into a potential NFL punter." And the thought had never really crossed my mind. I've always been very critical of my own game and very just I always just want to keep improving. I'm never at a place where I feel like I've arrived or I've accomplished something. I just want to keep proving and have always had that mindset of just be hungry, keep improving, keep showing up, and just let the work speak for itself. So when I got the opportunity, I was pumped and haven't looked back, haven't taken the foot off the gas.
That's insane.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
And eventually, it obviously worked out with you. You signed with the Rams as a UDFA. How cool of an experience was it to, I guess, not originally get drafted, but kind of work your way up to the roster? Because it's not an easy thing to be a UDFA and make the team. First of all, what was that experience for you, and what's the best advice you could give to a UDFA, especially right now? Everyone's competing for a spot. What's the best advice you could give?
Man, unless you're drafted in the first couple rounds, I'd say everyone should be, have the mindset of an undrafted free agent. I think coming into the league, just getting an opportunity is a huge blessing in and of itself, but it's also a deal where you gotta stay hungry, have that mindset that,
Right.
In my position, especially, there's only 32 jobs in the entire world. So I gotta be on top of my game and be a huge asset to the team, not only with what I do, on the football field, but in the community, just how I interact with guys in the locker room, how I am in the weight room, bringing juice, just being an asset wherever you are. Teams can't afford to have a liability as a UDFA, so you got to just be a high character person. And if you don't have that, fake it till you make it. But I think undrafted guys, if I ever see them, I'm rooting for them. And some of those guys end up being legends in the NFL. So it's a deal where you constantly have that chip on your shoulder. And luckily, I had that all throughout college as well, being a walk on, being a guy that had to earn my way into it. I think that helped me a lot in my transition as a professional as well.
So if I'm going back to where you were in your career, when you were leaving Oregon State and joining the NFL, what was that process like for you as you were training to go to the draft? Were you nervous joining? I think you started with Los Angeles. Were you nervous joining in the NFL? Is that all nerves, or did you come into like, man, I'm game on, let's get it? What was kind of like your thought process starting into the NFL?
Yeah, I don't want to date myself, but I was actually picked up by the St. Louis Rams. No, the team had not moved yet. Yeah, so I was in St. Louis for 4 years before the team even moved. It was an incredible opportunity. There was, they let their veteran punter kind of walk the year leading up to that in free agency, and so it was an open deal where I got to come in, compete with a guy who was there on a futures contract, and I was terrified. It was never a deal where I came in and thought, I'm going to come in, I'm going to blow these guys out of the water. I came in with the mindset, I'm going to come in, I'm going to work. I'm going to do the best I can. And with my preparation, I actually left college early. I mean, I didn't graduate initially. I left to go train because
Right.
I knew if I was going to be in Corvallis, Oregon by myself
Mm-hmm.
without a punting coach during the winter, it rains a ton. I
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to get out all the time. So I went and trained with a punting coach that I've been working with in Alabama, Coach Mike McCabe. I worked with him kind of that whole, almost 2 months. I was just living with a host family, going to the YMCA, getting some works in, working out with a high school strength coach, and then just going to the field, 5 days a week and just punting until I couldn't punt anymore. So
It's
it was a deal
crazy.
where I got a lot of work in, was really able to, kind of hone my craft, build some consistency, which is what all these NFL coaches are looking for. And just develop as a guy. I told myself college will always be here for me to come back to, but the shot at the NFL is kind of a once in a lifetime deal. So if I'm gonna go for it, if I want football to be my life, I got to make it my life. So I made that decision, and it's paid off.
That's such a cool story. And I mean, through your career, you've done so many amazing things. I think one of the really cool things about you, though, is it's interesting that athletes are starting to turn towards this way. Is you're really bold about your faith in God, and I think it's really cool that athletes are starting to turn towards that. How big has your relationship with God been in your NFL career and your career as a football player?
It's been everything.
Yeah.
There's not a breath I take or a morning I wake up, without the Lord, providing it. So I
Yeah.
think that acknowledging that gives me a sense of gratitude for every opportunity I get in this building or, in my past with other organizations. Everything I see it as, it's just been a blessing. So I want to take these blessings and do what I can to share them with other people. Not this is my experience here in Tennessee is not for myself. It's not for me to come here and get money or to get accolades or to get recognition. It's for me to come and be a blessing in this building. Because I think God's called me to be that to other people, be an encourager,
Yeah.
be a person that helps people see things that maybe they don't see in themselves. So, because people have done that for me, people have been that. I've had youth pastors, I've had coaches, my parents, have just challenged me in my faith and in my those moments where times are hard. Sometimes they've encouraged me and helped pick me up, get me back on my feet so I can keep rolling. But I think players being outspoken about their faith just comes from being obedient to the Lord. We realize that when we get in this platform, I'm going to be relevant during my career, and then once I'm done, those guys fade
Right.
away. There's going to be a new punter for the Tennessee Titans when I'm done. Just as there's been new punters on the teams that I've been on in the past, and it keeps rolling. So this time that I have is fleeting, and I'm just going to use it to the best of my ability to give glory to God, the one who gave me the opportunity in the first place.
Man, I love that. Kind of looking over your journey so far, you've been to 3 great organizations. What's been your favorite kind of memory on the football aspect over your long career so far?
Man, a lot of memories, a lot of great
That's not an
moments.
easy question to answer.
It's been 14 years, so there's such an accumulation of, you know, comeback wins. Won a Super Bowl, have played in two. Those are incredible moments. But I
Right.
mean, really, when I look back, yes, it's awesome to win games.
Right.
I have a trophy at my house, my Super Bowl trophy, and I look at it every
Yeah.
now and then. It's actually holding my wife. My wife has like a straw cowboy hat, and it's sitting on top of the trophy. And
Oh,
so
that's funny.
it's not a deal where I look at it and I feel like, oh man, I'm finally somebody, because as a Christian, my identity is in something that's so far removed from
Right.
kicking a football on a field. And so I love the relationships I've got to build with people from all over the country. People that have grown up in vastly different walks of life than I did. Just get to work together for a common goal. Those are the things that are special to me. Being able to see guys, develop in their faith, guys get married, have kids, become fathers, become businessmen, a bunch of different things. And those are the things that I think are so special. So yeah, it's hard to pick my favorite place I've been or team I've been on because
Right.
every season is
It's a
I've
different season.
yeah, and I'm yet to have a bad time doing this job. So I think that's
Yeah.
why I love it so much is because granted
Dude, I thi-
I'm not
yeah, dude, I think being a
running
punter
into
in the
the
NFL is insane.
it's the best job in the world without a doubt. I you can't convince me of anything else.
Man, I think that's first of all, that's such a good answer. And you're now in Nashville. You're getting to play on a team that got the #1 overall pick in Cam Ward. When you're looking at Nashville and you're looking at the team this year, how excited were you to have the opportunity to get to go play for the Titans, and kind of what's the thought process? Because I can't imagine it's the easiest thing. Like, the NFL is such a cool job, but at the same time, like you said, sometimes the job takes you to different places and you have to pick up your bags where you've made relationships and you have family there, and you have to pick up your bags and go somewhere completely new. Is that tough to completely leave where you are and go to a complete new place? And how excited are you to play for Tennessee this upcoming season?
Yeah, I think, the moving aspect, I have a wife who is amazing. We've always made it, our goal to stay together as a family. There are some guys that are able to, have their family in one home base and they go and play during the season and try and make it back and forth when they can. But that's not how our family works. So we're sticking together. It's been awesome though, because my wife is so supportive.
Yeah.
She serves our family so well and just takes care of logistics, takes care of our kids. I have 3 kids now. And so it's a deal where none of this would be possible. I wouldn't be, the joyful person I am today if I didn't have someone at home helping out with so much other stuff. She really supports me, encourages me, challenges me. We just try and communicate well and lean on each other. And, what marriage should be is a huge blessing, I think, because, it comes from the Lord as well. So it's a deal where we're just trying to walk in that, let the Lord lead us, communicate with each other and do our best. So that makes the moves easy to kind of say yes to, and a little bit less of a sting, when it comes, down to move teams, and whether that's getting released or just in free agency, finding a new home. Tennessee was a great option. A young team that's hungry, a team I've played on teams. This is my 3rd team that I've played on with the #1 overall pick. The LA Rams, when we selected Jared Goff.
Yep.
I was in Carolina with Bryce Young, and then now I'm here with Cam. And what an awesome opportunity it is to watch a young star in the league come in and get their bearings and figure it out. So I think Cam's done a great job. And this team is hungry. It's full of great dudes. No egos. Nobody that doesn't realize that winning is the most important thing, and that us being a connected team is going to help us do that. So I think it's awesome just to see this organization and be able to see where the future is going to be.
Dude, it's gonna be an insane season. I don't know how we're doing on time, but it's gonna be an insane season. Last question for you: if you're looking kind of over your career, what do you think? What do you think's the biggest adversity you had to overcome to kind of get where you are today?
Biggest adversity. Oh, sorry, my phone fell out of my pocket. Biggest adversity to overcome. Man, I mean, initially just getting in the league. I think there's, I was hoping to get drafted. I didn't get drafted. But then the Lord opened a door for me to go work with the special teams coach with the Rams, who is now here in the Titans, which is a huge reason why I'm here. And was a guy that just spoke life into everyone he was around. Coach Fossil is a great dude. So a little discouraged in the sense of not getting drafted, and there have just been times when my identity gets wrapped up in things other than my faith. And, so whether that's having success and thinking that you're owed something, or having a hard time and starting to think that maybe you're not worth it, or maybe you're not, you just lose your confidence. There have been times that that's happened too. There's a lot of ups and downs through, the career length that I've had. But I think the one thing that's kept me steady is my faith in the Lord and my relationship with my wife. And so I think, there have been a lot of times where I've, doubted myself or been in a rut with performance, or even times when I've been kind of balling, getting accolades, getting recognition, but I feel a little empty in my heart, just because my priorities are out of whack. So I think there's been so many moments like that where I've had to, either find my way back up or find my way to humble myself, or realize the Lord is humbling me, and find a way to kind of get back the work ethic that I needed to produce. So I think it's a difficult question to ask. There's been a lot of ups and a lot of downs. Both are equally challenging. I think a lot of people think, if people have success, that their life must be so good, but there's a lot that comes with that. A lot of stress to keep performing, a lot of pressure and a lot of identity crisis that can happen in those moments. So I think connecting to the Lord, staying humbled, giving him the glory, all leads to me still being here today.
Yeah, I mean, it's so cool to look at what you've done in the NFL from like starting at Oregon State, undrafted free agent, in arguably the greatest punter in the NFL of all time. Like it's such a cool career to see and what God's done in your life. Last question. I know you're a golf guy. Have you seen Happy Gilmore 2? What's kind of the thought process? Like, what do you rate it, like 1 out of 10 if you've seen it?
It's hard because I love anything Adam Sandler touches is almost, it's like you're starting from a 10 and you got to lose points. So I thought Happy Gilmore 2 was great. I would not recommend it for the young audiences out there. But it is, my son keeps asking me if he can watch the first Happy Gilmore and the second one. He's 7, so I said no. We gotta wait till you're a little older and can realize that some things are just movies. But I love Adam Sandler. I love all the pro golfer cameos he got, the other famous people in the movie, and I would have loved it to be a little more just his buddies and stuff. But I think it was a great job. I think the ending when they got into the other stuff with the other league was a little kooky and out there. But
what is going on?
It was madness. They had a fat budget they had to spend, and they just kind of went nuts at the very end. It was good. I enjoyed it. I love golf, and I love Adam Sandler. So I can never diss that movie. Yeah.
Dude, I'm sitting there thinking, like, we're watching the movie, in the first 3 minutes his wife gets killed, and I'm like, what is going on? And I'm like, this is like a childhood staple. But no, I mean, his movies are hard to beat. And man, we really do appreciate you taking the time on, I know, a busy day when y'all have training camp. Man, thank you so much. Everyone go follow Johnny Hekker. Tennessee Titans are going to have an unbelievable season. We can't wait to watch it, man. Thank y'all so much.
Let's do it. Tighten up.